We are live! Let me share the live stream on the socials real quick for everyone. So bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me. That's not it. How do I do this? I go here. I have a link. I press some buttons. Alright, socials are chilled. So let me check if the sound is actually good. This is the first time streaming on this channel, so please bear with me, everyone. How do I ensure this? There is... How do I do this? Yes, let's check the sound. We are live! Let's do a sound check on my end. We can go. All right, sounds good enough to me. Welcome. Sounds good enough. Oh, whoopsie. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a new season of happycharts.nl. I should say, rather. It's very obvious that I am Dutch, if that wasn't already clear by the steenkolen accents that I will present to you guys. So today what we're going to do is we're going to play another round of ranked season. I'm going to try to climb the ladder. Currently the ladder is 2 people big. One is me, the other one is Remy, doing absolutely fabulous right now. And I want to highlight one of the trades that he has made today. I think it's cool to start every live stream with an actual trading highlight. So what we're going to take a look at is like one of his trades. He made a long position on the ticker XRP against the Ethereum. This is the entry. It's a long position, and the thing what's interesting about this choice here is that you can already tell that the chart is incredibly down, and here we can see like multiple levels to the upside, right? So we have like here like a level. Price went up, reclaimed these resistance or like made resistance here, and then came back to the low. So he decided this is a great time to go long. And really what's interesting about this long is that initially you would guess that the price would already go up here. That was not the case. The price went down further from the 32k level to like the 23k level, which is probably like a 30% drop here. So it's kind of like a substantial drop to make. And here we see like an incredible pump from basically the lows here, 24k to 75k, which is almost like a 3x. And this is where he decided to sell. And basically everything from here is like super interesting. So I want to highlight, we go back to the same period on the chart, and that was basically here. The funny thing about this is we actually go to the weekly charts. I will set a like indicator of where he went long approximately on the chart. So we need to find our indicators here. We go to the vertical line, and this was somewhat where he went long, right? February, March-ish on Happy Charts. So if we go back like all to the start here, this was like March 2021, 2021, lol. That's where he went long, and that was right here-ish, right before this pump. So if we take a closer look, that he was in fact like at some point 18% down, decided to hold on to it. And also like the interesting part about this is like there were a couple of instances where it would be kind of okay to take your losses even, like if we think about it. Like, so for example, here we had these this triangle here, right? And we had this thing like, okay, either it's always kind of like a 50-50 with these types of charts. So either it can go up or it can go down. It's kind of like a dumb conclusion, but it's kind of what you can expect here from this triangle. It can either go up or it can go down. Here it went down like 20%, and from there it went up like 200%, from the lows like to like 160%. And basically from the point where he entered the trade, it was like 125%, and that's also kind of the gain that he made, 127% on this XRP to Ethereum trade. So that's kind of cool, given the fact also that he made quite a lot of money on this trade. Like every player starts a season with $10,000, fake money obviously. And so this was kind of the trade that made him a lot of money, like after like a couple of losses. But it seems like his strategy is to, if I can analyze it based on the data that we're seeing right here, is like you try to go all in a way. You try to go all in. You try to go like big. You have like big positions, relative big positions open here. And then the interesting part is that you ride out the initial decision that had been made before. So that's also kind of cool. Like he made some really cool trades, like, especially on the long side. That's like something notable on this trades. Like on the long side, he makes like really like nice and interesting trades. And when you compare that to my trading data, for example, it looks a little bit more on the conservative side. As you can see, it's like really like low percentage trades, like based on your portfolio, which means that my entries are less exciting, right? It's like I do like lower trades, also skip a lot of trades. Like basically every scenario I see is a skip, and then sometimes I decide to do like a little bit more. So if you watch this trade, for example, also like interesting to see that he didn't use a stop loss on his previous trade. But he was really convinced that the price was already so low. Now it's an interesting period to actually go long, and we compared it to like how I trade like here for this fund, for example. It's like, sure, I was long a little bit more a conviction for this trade, and it was mostly because we were already kind of like going to the upside, and then all of a sudden we had our momentum, we had our pump, and at the first opportunity I wanted to sell. And there's also like something that we will see, especially in altcoins, in crypto in general. It's like when you have this particular pump, it's usually met by a dump. So it takes like a lot of conviction to actually like hold on to these trades. For example, if you would have held like here, even though on the short term it was an amazing buy, it only would have been a better holding period, like almost 4 years later, right? So that's something to take into account as well. So enough said. I thought that was like a really cool trade. I wanted to highlight that cool trade. I think it's like a nice thing to highlight the trades, and let's just play some rounds ourselves. This is probably the moment where I'll like shut the fuck up a little bit and just maybe just think aloud or give you my thought process about current trades that I decide to make here, and let's see like how well they're going. Due to my own analysis on the current trades that I'm making, like I feel like I make too much, or I lose too much on the single trades that I am making, and I do not particularly like that. So I try to do that better in the future, where I don't, or where I at least lose less per trade. That's kind of like the goal that I'm trying to achieve here. Maybe be even more selective. So you'll probably see me skipping a lot of trades, and probably be more selective about the choices that I'm going to make here. So I feel like this is like a long, I just want to try and see what happens. So this is kind of like my strategy from the start. So you use like a pretty hefty stop loss kind of like system. Right, this chart's really volatile, so I don't really want to spend too much time. It's like nice to start with a small win, but I feel like this trade could have gone up a lot longer, right? So this is like something that the market moved like 30% up. Now we're at the same price, and you know, it's kind of like a nice start. Felt like a good up. And as you can see here, my strategy when it comes to allocation is in general to be really really conservative unless I see like some interesting form of momentum like we're seeing right here. So this is probably like more like an interesting trade to make to the upside, as we can see right here, where when you're playing with the momentum, it's actually more interesting to go to the long side. And it's also why it's important to take your profits. It feels like a short, but I'm not sure. €1. Interesting. Feels like a short, but then again, not entirely too sure. It is probably where you're going to see me skip a lot. In all honesty, I thought this for sure it was going to be a great short, but it went all the way from... I wonder what chart it is, like an XRP? Yeah. I feel like this... Okay. Took losses at the right time. This is a momentum trade, but the momentum here is probably already evaporating. So you have like a slight high, one high. Ooh, this was a great momentum trade. What's this? It's probably Bitcoin looking at the price. It was in fact a Bitcoin. A quick pump. This is probably like a falling channel, or more like a falling wedge that's breaking out. It's kind of worth a shot. A smaller shot I'm willing to bet here. It was good that the bet size was small. Feels like a short. Was long. It's always iffy. Sideways basically. This feels like a great short. You're playing with great momentum to the downside. Stop loss is okay. Oh, what's this? This, I have no idea. Let's try a small... Do you even have a stop loss? Not really. I just want to get out. I don't believe in this trade. Watch it shoot up like immediately. Yeah. Same price. Here it goes up. That's... Oh, it's okay. It was okay at best. There we go. It's interesting how it wanted to go up at that point. This could also be an interesting upside momentum. Maybe. Not entirely. Looks like some continuation action here. Not really. Good to know. I feel like we can go a little bit more aggressive on this one. Immediately down? I don't like to see that. Ooh, I feel like on the longer run that would have been an interesting trade to make. Here we would lose too much. Don't like this trade. Probably, yeah. This is potentially an interesting one because the distance to the lows are getting shorter, right? It's like probably measured in percentages. So I am willing to bet a small long on this one. Momentum trades, play the downside and then up. Probably. Not too impressive. It's probably a short. Is it? It was a short on the short term. Making a nice breakout. That's cool. It's 34%. This looks like a short, but not entirely sure. This also looks like it's worth a long. Alright, you can always add to the trade if it's good. It's probably where you should close it. Could be an incredible long, but probably, yeah. It's probably also a long. Not too incredible. Okay. That was the top, in fact, which is not sexy. -1. Ooh, this is always interesting. Like you have your triple bottom, you're going back up again. You fell from a cliff. Like these types of longs are more worth the shot, I think. Right. So even with a small allocation, this was kind of nice. It's not the best one you could have made, but it's probably nice. Oh my god, I'm a noob. I'm a noob! Could have some momentum to the upside here. Let's see. This could be like one of those interesting ones where you just go up from here. It's worth the small investment here. Probably now that you have some profit left. I think it had decent potential, that one. This one probably not so much. probably it had a lot, is what I had to say. This is exactly why I wanna be quick in taking profits in crypto. Because even though the price went back to the same point, it was like November 20 and this was February 21st. So it took you a year and you probably like from 60 cents to almost 10. So it went down like 85-ish%. It's not that great. If it I think it will break. That's close. Yeah. Good enough. Not the best work, not the best work. What's the... Yeah. Was fine. There will probably hit stop loss. It's my best guess. Is it? No, I was too quick on that judgment. Probably. This looks like one of those reversals that probably, like here it failed, and I think here you'll see continuation, right? Just like a slow death. It did have like a decent downsides. Here you went from... It's gonna be a little bit more interesting. Oh, this is... Yeah, what is this? I feel like it's better to start with a small long and add to the position when it goes well, and or just lose it if it doesn't. Yeah, this was probably better. Yeah, I'm really happy with this choice. It was a good choice. Let's see what happens next. This is awesome. I wanna round 48. I wanna rewind that one. That was a nice slow death of this one. Last but not least. Oh, that's not a good short. Oh. Yeah. Good enough. I'll take it, I'll take it. Oh, and it went up at the last moment. Awesome. I'm happy with these gains. All right, I wanna rewatch this one. I'm very happy about this one, how this one went. Felt like that was really great. So let's check the leaderboards. I'm still way behind Remy. Still way behind. I'm happy with the amount of dollar value I've lost here. I'm really happy with this one. So let's rewatch this. So here we said long, right? And we started out, the reason why I wanted to go long is that this could either been like a consolidation phase, and then you have continuation to the downside, or this was actually like a very interesting spot to actually take a trade for the long side. You start out with a small position. So I think overall you see more outcomes that went down, but when it goes up, you actually see like a pretty